let's take a look at volumes of pyramids and cones. Let's start with some definitions first. And by the way, don't forget to check the previous video in which I indicated our relationship between prisms and pyramids. So let's start with some definitions. Pyramids. What's a pyramid? Well, it's a solid object where the sides are triangles which meet at the top. It's called the apex. So here it is. And the base is a polygon, a flat shape with straight lines. So in other words, in this example right here, this part, the very top, it's called the apex. And so the sides are triangles which meet at the top. So the sides are triangles. In this case, we have a square-based pyramid. And of course, the base, which is right here, I'm going to label it like that. That's our base. It's a flat shape. It's a polygon, basically. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. Make sure, if you're not familiar with the formulas, make sure you have the formula sheet handy. And let's begin. So example 1, and yes, just like always, make sure you pause the video in order to take notes. And if you want to also pause to figure out what the answer would be, and then compare it with our answer. Okay, calculate the volume of the following pyramid. So we have here a square-based pyramid, and the dimensions that they give us are the following. Let me just label it here. They say that this is 10 centimeters. This is also 10 centimeters. And the height here, they tell us, is 12 centimeters. Let me do it this way with a little arrow pointing out. 12 centimeters. Okay. So now, what's the formula for the volume of a pyramid, of a square-based pyramid? Well, we know that a square-based pyramid is going to be equal to the area of the base divided by 3. So in this case, the base is going to be length times width, which in this case happens to be the same. So length times width times the height, which is 12 centimeters, divided by 3. If you recall, right, it's like dividing the volume of the equivalent square rectangular based prism divided by 3. Okay, so we have this. We can also rewrite this way. Volume equals, and in fact, just to make sure that the formula for the volume in algebraic terms, we can call this A times B, or this is B times B. It happens to be the same, times the height, which is H, right? So we can have B squared times height divided by 3. So this, in fact, is actually a square-based prism. Right? All side lengths of the base are the same. So in other words, this is like saying 10 squared times 12 divided by 3. And of course, 10 squared gives us 100, and then 12 divided by 3, that gives us 4. So we end up with 100 times 4. The answer for this would be 400 centimeters cube. Alright, so this is the volume of the square-based pyramid. Let's take a look at another example. And we have, I don't know if you can see it properly, we have a triangular-based pyramid. Okay, now they give us dimensions here. Right, let's write down the volume, the formula for the volume of a triangular-based pyramid. So now, we actually have the formula. If you check your formula sheet, we saw this, right? We have the volume of a triangular prism, which is BLH divided by 2. So let's write that down. Right? In fact, let's put it here because I want to show you something. Sometimes this throws people off a little bit. So let's call this triangular prism. T prism, triangular prism, is equal to base times the height of the base times the height of the actual triangular prism, yes, divided by 2, right? That's the formula that we have on our formula sheet. Now remember, the equivalent of this is of the corresponding pyramid would be the formula for a triangular based pyramid. It's equal to the volume of the triangular based prism divided by 3. Well, what happens when you divide this formula by 3? Well, let's see. You actually get, and I want to show you this because sometimes this throws people off, this is equivalent to BLH divided by 6. Okay, now if you're not sure how we got this, you need to review your fraction operations. So that's the formula for a triangular based pyramid. Okay, so now we're going to use this formula. Let me just write it down here. VT pyramid BLH 6. Okay, and now let's collect our data. Let's collect our data. I hope you guys can see this. So from here we're going to say what's the height. So the height is going to be 7 meters. What's going to be L? Well, L is going to be the height of the base, which is, in this case, 4 meters. And what about base? The base of our triangular base right here. So this would be 6. Okay. So B is equal to 6 meters. So now we can use this formula and apply it. So let's apply it right here. I don't want to take too much space, but VT and pyramid, okay, it's equal to 6 times 4 times 7 divided by 6, right? Now the 6 cancel out. So 6 divided by 6, 1. And then we are left with 4 times 7. 4 times 7 is equal to 28 meters. So that's 28 meters cubed, pardon. So that's the volume of this triangular based pyramid.